We just bought this Raptor for $15,000, and it's a piece of crap. Okay, that may have been an exaggeration. It's not actually a piece of crap. We like it a lot. It's a Gen 1 Raptor with a 6.2 liter V8. The issue is it has somewhere around 182,000 miles on it and questionable maintenance history. We're doing this because me and my fiance both really enjoy traveling and overlanding and hiking. My poor little Accord has been put through enough. How could you go wrong at $15,000, even if you have to replace, you know, maybe a couple things? I have my list here of all the different things that are wrong with the truck. And you guys can tell me if we messed up buying this $15,000 Raptor. Number one, this was priority one on our list. The sunroof was stuck open and it was a rainy week. So we had to get that closed. It's still broken. We don't care. We don't need to open and close it. We just needed it sealed. We drove home when we bought it, and luckily there was a break in the rain for us to drive an hour and a half home, and there was no rain that got into the truck. But when we first got it, this sunroof was hanging open. It still doesn't open, but it's closed. That's all that matters. All right, another big ticket item that we found out after the fact is the Gen 2 shocks, originally a selling point, are actually installed incorrectly. To properly fit the Fox shocks from a Gen 2 Raptor, you have to get custom buckets that you cut and weld onto the frame in the front, and a similar, like a bracket situation in the back. We put pictures of the Raptor at full droop in the Raptor Facebook group, and they pointed out the issues pretty quick, along with some light roasting. Another big stressor was an intermittent tick that showed up the night that we bought it. We had taken it off-road to celebrate a little bit, and as we drove it harder, a tick coming from the driver's side of the engine showed up. I also started to notice that the revs would drop at idle. We then changed the oil and added some seafoam just to see if that could help with the issue. The ticking did continue after this, and we still haven't been able to diagnose it. When we came and looked at the truck, all of those Baja lights were not wired up. It was just a mess of wires in the engine bay, and the seller picked up the wires and he touched them to the battery, and he was like, "Look, it works!" And he was turning on the light by touching just the raw wires to the battery, which was insane. I was terrified that there was going to be an electrical fire or something on the way home. But we got those wired up. Me and my friend Stefan, you can find him on Instagram under Ghost Tundra. We got that wired up one night, and now they work great. And they're wired up to this awesome switch panel, which is honestly the most satisfying part about this truck. The rotors are warped, the pads need changed, the brake fluid needs changed. As you can see, the CV axle boots are all torn. Who knows how long they've been torn. So we're just going to replace the CV axles, and then all the bushings are bad. We need to replace all of those. So we're just going to have a pretty long day replacing the suspension bits and all of the brake bits. The truck does have some electronic issues currently. The sound system does not work at all. So we're just forced to listen to all the terrible suspension noises. The rear chargers do not work. The rear defogger does not work. The horn also does not work. Aesthetically, the truck is okay. We did get some aftermarket parts with the wheels and tires and then the bumper and the lights. But we did find some peeling paint conveniently hidden under the Raptor sticker in the back, as well as some rust on top of the cab. It is missing the driver's side mirror cap, and then there's little dents and dings kind of around the truck, just like any off-road vehicle. The previous owner also left us this pedal commander hung beautifully on this old hair tie. So pretty much other than all of those issues, the truck is perfectly mint. Was it a bad purchase? I don't think so. Me and Bella both are really excited to work on this thing. It's relatively simple. The parts aren't too expensive. And there's just a wealth of knowledge on the forums and YouTube that can help us learn how to do everything that's wrong with this truck. and everything that's going to come up. Hello.
What are you doing?
Trying to finish out the first video.
What are you talking about?
Why we bought the truck.
Oh, okay, I'll go down. We bought the truck so that we can work on something together and build it up and have a community with us to experience all of the ups and downs of not only just owning a car, but figuring it out.
Yeah, we don't regret buying this truck, at least as of right now. You know, if that tick ends up becoming a new engine or the transmission fails in the next couple months, yeah, I mean, there might be room for a reconsideration there. You guys can drop your opinions in the comments and tell us what you think of our 15K Raptor. Tell us if it was a good idea, a bad idea. Maybe we should have inspected it more. If there's anything that we're missing, please do point it out. I would greatly appreciate that. All right, that's it, y'all. We'll see you in episode 2, where we talk a little bit more about, oh, I had 0 minutes on the SD card? Oh no. All right, this is the end.